This is my sketchbook when I was mostly just doing digital. So a lot of ballpoint pens, just line art, no coloring. This is me after I started using my sketchbook and started drawing traditional. Oh my, Haberdash sent me another box. Don't hold the scissors like I am. Oh my god, bow. He's bit my foot. Haberdash is a monthly subscription service where you can try on unlimited different styles and clothing. The whole concept is that you can have a fresh wardrobe, try on many different styles without having to commit. If you do want to commit though, their items are already 40+% off. If you don't want the item, you can always return it for free shipping. You don't have to pay for it other than just the subscription itself. Yeah, it's a pretty cool program where you can just try on new clothes. Ooh, okay, this is cute. So this is like a linen shirt. I actually want to make something like this. And it looks like it has embroidered details. Maybe we'll try this one on. Oh, cute! I like it. It's nice, open like this. You can also button it up. You even tie it like this. I think it's cute. This is the rascal that's been in my way. You! I actually partnered with Haberdash to do a giveaway. So if you sign up using the link that I have in the bio, you have until August 30th. All you have to do is enter your email. There's no purchase needed. You can win a 2-month free trial. You can check out my styles at pgaragescloset.com where I choose some of the items from my wish list. Those are actually the items that I asked for them to send me, so it's cool. You get to pick which items you want to send, prioritize them in your closet. Their shipping is pretty fast. It's like only a couple days once it ships out. If you enter the giveaway, if you sign up for a free trial, you're supporting me as well. Even if you don't want to enter the giveaway, you can still use my link to get 1 month of a free trial. Thanks, Haberdash. Okay. But sketchbook talk. So I've been a digital artist for the last decade, I would say, and I haven't really had the need to use a sketchbook just because I'm always drawing in my iPad anyways. I've been using the iPad for the last like 7-ish years, and then prior to that I had a Wacom tablet, so really I've been drawing digital for a long time now. But recently I went on this cabin trip with a couple of friends and we started using our sketchbooks more, passing it around and not really drawing digital at all. It's gotten me into that groove of just drawing traditional now. I really wanted to film this sketchbook tour because I'm actually I've been using these 3 simultaneously, which is really weird because I wasn't using any sketchbook at all before this. It's kind of a weird tour just because I didn't even finish the sketchbooks that I want to go over today. I did finish this one, but I did start this one back in 2021, and that's just to show like how frequently I used it, which was not frequent at all. But yeah, I'll go over all of the details of the materials I use, which sketchbooks I use for what, and why I have 3 sketchbooks. I don't have a great place to film this, so I'm gonna use the top of my laser machine and then this cutting board that I have. It kind of looks aesthetic. It's really gross and dirty though. Alright, so this is the first sketchbook. Like I said, I started this one back in 2021. This is the brand. It was actually given to me by a friend of mine, Small Art, if you guys watch their YouTube. Oh my god, wow. Yeah, it's actually very, very quality. Like, I feel like you can watercolor in this. It has very thick and durable paper, but I don't think I really utilized it because I just used it mostly for pen drawings. This is the first page. I don't know what's going on, but it was back in 2021. I think I was concepting for emotes. The purpose of keeping the sketchbook, by the way, was really to just have a thing that I could pass around when I was with art friends. So like these were not done by me, they were done by Dennis Doodles, and I think he did this one too. This is Cheeky, this is Now Curlbite, and I'm not sure who did this one. This one is Poibo. So yeah, really this book was just to bring around to drawing cafes, or if we ever met up with other artists so that we could pass around the books. But I didn't really use this to draw at all. If I did draw though, it would be small doodles here and there. So this was a time when I went to Bay Cliff, to the beach, and just drew some of the seagulls. This is my sister sleeping. And then you have the beach shoreline. I don't remember where I drew these, but just more doodles. I actually put stickers randomly on this page because I was filming for a sticker sheet video, but it wasn't here prior to drawing this illustration. Here are some more drawings from friends. This was actually another video that I filmed where I asked all my friends to draw something in my book. Here are some cats when I was visiting a friend's house. They had like 10 cats there, so I tried to draw all of them. This page is concepts that I was gonna do with Poibo. At the time his name was Spicy Tomago, so that's why you'll see Spicy. This was when I went to a museum with a friend and was just drawing what I saw at the museum. Here's some more from the same museum. It was the Getty Museum in LA. This was another cafe meetup with friends, so we were drawing at the cafe. Here's some museum illustrations. I did like some of these on the page, I think. Oh wait, actually no, I think everything here is from me. And then here's like a mix of Fom's artwork and mine. Fom is my husband, if you guys don't know, also known as Poibo. Yeah, other people drew on this page. I think I drew these, but then these are all from other people. This one is kind of crazy. So someone drew beneath this page and then I drew on top. And then this was just for fun where we were drawing upside down and with our left, our non-dominant hand. Here's another one where someone drew beneath and then I drew on top. So a lot of the pages are very collab. Yeah, I think I drew these ones, and then I drew Fom, and then Wafflo drew this one. Some more collab pages with friends. More collab pages. And this is already the end of the year. So I feel like, as you can see, I'm not drawing that much. It's a lot of like passing around to other friends. Yep, this is still passing around to other friends, and this is 2022 now. More friends. I think I drew this one though. Oh, this is already the end of 2022. So in an entire year, there was this spread that wasn't even drawn by me, and then there's this spread, which is like partially drawn by me. I probably did this guy too. This one's me. I'm concepting my OC Shibby. I neglect him. I need to draw more of him. I drew this page. I'm concepting my dog Shippo pooping. And then these ones are from my family. I asked them to draw some doodles in my book, more from my family. I made a video about this where they referenced my how to draw book and then they drew their versions. A friend drew this one. I tried to copy him and make my own version. This one, I actually went back to fill this page. So originally my brother and my dad did these two, and then I ended up filling the page with all of these Pokemans. I have a thing for filling up spreads. I think this page was also empty. Like we just had this guy and then like this, the black ballpoint pen, and then I went back to fill it in with all of these other colored illustrations. Okay, so this is the part where it gets kind of scrappy. I went to Japan for a week and a half and I brought this sketchbook because I just wanted to fill it up. So part of it is like bullet journal and then part of it is a sketchbook. So this is a spread that I bullet journaled for the day that we spent in Kyoto. you have this little pamphlet that I got from the craft museum that we went to, and then this is a train ticket that we had. Oh, we also liked collecting all of the stamps at every station that we found them at. Here's another spread from Kyoto. This one is Arashiyama. Yeah, more stamps. I drew around the edges because I need to cover all the spaces. Here's another spread. We start moving towards Tokyo, so we went to Akihabara and we got this TCG packet. This one is still in Tokyo. We went to a gacha place and got some of these toys. I ended up getting the one I wanted, which was this little guy, the little Shiba. And then there's more stamps, and then we went shopping, so I saved some of the labels and added them here. That ends the series of the bullet journaling, because then we move into meeting my friends again. So these are all doodles from my friends. So you can see, actually, I think did we skip all of 2023? Because Japan was this year, 2024. And I would say starting June is when I really started using my sketchbook. So that's like near the end life of the sketchbook, as you can see. So June is when I went on that cabin trip with friends and I really started to draw again and start using the sketchbook as an actual sketchbook and not just like passing it around. This page is passed around a bit, like this one is done by Frinkle, this is Kurobite. I did these ones kind of like randomly spread around in the blue. And then I started really utilizing the whole page. So started drawing vertical like this and had these doodles inspired by the OAPP Pop Mart collection. I started using Posca markers just cause I still don't really understand how to use them, but this is me trying. These are some other friends as well. More Poscas. And then I think it's like a mix of pen and colored pencil. So you can see like, I feel like here I'm really starting to play around with the material that I have versus in the beginning it's been mostly just pen. Like I'm very comfortable with pen, but not too comfortable with coloring and markers. So here I'm trying. This is still in June. This one we went on a mini hike or more like a nature walk with the cabin friends. And so I'm drawing my friend here, Tabatai, and she's in the forest, and then some other elements like little pine cones and leaves, little Shibas, but as plants. I really like this spread. I feel like I pushed myself because I used a lot of different colors, but also actually drew like a full-blown background. This is the same walk. We moved to a different area, so I found a spot where I could see my friend's drawing. There's Shippo and his bestie Krebby. And then I found more little knickknacks that I could draw. This one is done with, I forget the name, but I'll show you guys in the video when I edit it. This was done near the cabin. We had a view of the lake and some mountains with some trees. There was a really big bird that was also there. Here's some more Poscas. Ooh, I really love Dalton Doodle's work. So this is me trying to learn the way that he does his shapes. He was also on the cabin trip, so I was able to see a lot of his work real time. And then the last spreads, the last spreads were done by Tabatai and Ben Kipo. So yeah, that's the rest of this sketchbook. And I really felt like I was just trying to race to the finish line and finish it because I don't know, it didn't start, like this book didn't start like a sketchbook. The intention was really just to have a book that I could pass around with friends, but I wanted to start a new one so that I could focus more on drawing. And after that June cabin trip, I was really inspired to get another book. So here is the new book that I got. I actually brought it to the cabin trip because I had a feeling that I would finish the other sketchbook. So I decked it out with stickers from friends. Let me know if you guys have questions on who the artists are for these stickers. I'm pretty sure I started this during the cabin trip. This is the Midori. It's made in Japan. I think Fom gave me this because he had an extra. Yeah, still at the cabin trip. But I got really obsessed with using the Tombow brush pen, and so that's what you see here because I like filling the pages. A lot of the spreads you'll see are like this. And if I have empty space, I end up just going back to fill it on another day. But I liked the use of the red pen that I had here and then the black Tombow brush. So this is an example of a page where I drew on this side first, and then I actually went back to fill this side at a later time. I realized with the Midori sketchbook, I didn't like that it was bleeding through the page. It's like not too crazy, but enough to bother me. So I only did the drawings on one side, and then for the other side, I would scrapbook it just so I can fill the page. So these are some washi tape and stickers from Odd Rabbits. This page is actually half me and half another friend. Or wait, this is Kurobite, this is Ben Kipo, and then I did the bottom half. Here's another one that I filled post drawing this page with some small art mart stickers. Nico Mo designed these. And then this is my washi tape, and I designed these little guys. These are more studies from the art books that we brought to the cabin. I did some storyboarding too. This is a comic I've been wanting to draw for a while. I'll probably draw it someday. It's a story about me and Foam holding hands, but then when we let go, he flies away. It's the same red pen with the Tombow brush. I really like the brush. Like, I love how you can get like these really thick lines if you go over them again, but then you can also get just like really clean lines. And then I actually passed this book around to friends because we were doing like art challenges. So this one is Torpid Urchin, and I'll just go through them really quickly. He also did the stickers. Oop. Oh wait, I did this page. Here's my washi tape. I was just testing them out because I made washi tape for the first time. And then here's another outdoor nature walk that we did. So I sketched some of these with the Pentel green marker. These are all the mascots of each other. 13 people came to the trip, so there's 13 of us in here, and we called it Campy Up. This was also from the nature walk. So I did all the plants with the Pentel brush, and then with the Tombow brush, I did the black lines on top. I don't know, there was no like logic to how I layered the drawings. I just kind of drew on top of each other. More from friends. A lot of these are going to be from friends because this is when I started passing out the sketchbook again. The washi tape makes it really sticky. More friends. Okay, so this is post cabin trip. I'm starting to get back into sketchbooking. So I'm using it to plan my table displays when I go to events. It's like a to-do list as well. A friend did this guy. And then I started traveling to Australia. And on that trip, I brought this book. So this was some doodles. I think I did them on the airplane. I was studying Dalton Doodle's work and just looking at his shapes. He loves drawing dinosaurs and animals. This one, I was testing out my washi tape. I actually made this spread so that I could film like a washi tape demo. So there's like a to-do list, some notes, some writing and calendar things. And then in Australia, I taught a drawing workshop. So this was me planning for my class, figuring out what I wanted to teach the class, what I wanted to include, and then more drawing with the Tombow brush. You can see on this side, I'm using a really light pen so that it doesn't bleed on the other side. But then the Tombow I'm using over here because I know it's gonna bleed, and that's why I'll cover it up with little scrapbooking things. These are more spreads in Australia. Pretty much at the end of every day in Australia, because we were there for work, I would come back to the hotel and just doodle and finish the whole spread. Very therapeutic to finish the whole page and just cover it with no white space. So I think at this point I was getting tired that the Tombow brush was bleeding over, so I was using this pen instead. I started concepting my little ghost character. His name's gonna be Ma, and I started concepting my cactus character, and then this other character that I don't have a name for yet, but it's gonna be like kind of taller, longer limbs. And then you have Shibby. Shibby has evolved so much. Well, arguably he looks the same, but I think it's a little different. Some more concepts of Ma. Maybe 2 legs instead of 4 legs. I really like the 2-leg one though. I mean 4-leg. You'll see more. Oh yeah, like this little guy. These are probably my favorite matte drawings. And then I went back to the Tombow brush because we actually bought more brushes in Australia, so I ended up using more of it here. I don't know why I didn't finish this. I probably just didn't have time because sometimes end of the night I just want to chill. Like I'm drawing, but then I'm like, I'm tired. So I'll do 1 to 2 whole spreads at a time, and then my brain is dead. So I'm like, I need a break. Yeah, you can see here. I'm like, I think I'm running out of steam because I was just drawing so much, but it's such an improvement, especially as a digital artist, just not really like one, drawing for fun because everything is work, but also drawing in my sketchbook. So it really felt like I was getting a lot of mileage in with all these pages, and this is only like within a span of a couple days. This is when we went to the zoo in Sydney, so did a lot of live sketching. The giraffes kept moving, they're really hard. More zoo pages. This was post-zoo. We went shopping and we got the Oi Pee Pee collection, so I drew a bunch of like Oi Pee Pee inspired stuff. I don't know how I feel about this scrapbooking, but it is what it is. And then I really like the kangaroos, so I went back to draw them through photos that I had in videos. This was our last page. This was our last day in Australia. So we went to the Royal Gardens, I believe it was called. So started drawing more plants, and this was just like more kangaroos, more chibi concepts. Here is the plant spread that I was mentioning. Thinking more about chibi. So here's my notes. I like that this page is mostly red, which is my favorite color. Don't love that this thing was bleeding over. So this is kind of a chaotic spread, and it was because we went to Anime Expo in LA and we ran around to everyone's tables to get stamps at all the stamp rallies. I just gave my book to people so that they could stamp, but there's really no rules for this page. Same with these ones. And then this was when I got home after AX. Started concepting more hoodie designs. I didn't go through with this one. I don't know. Didn't feel right. So maybe it's a concept I revisit another time. More concepting. This is the same hoodie design. And then I was thinking about doing like a jacket design. This is usually what my rough drafts look like. And then I have some notes for a class I was teaching, another drawing class. So I usually outline what exactly I want to talk about, and then I just kind of wing it from there. But the rest is, I was just testing out washi stuff. So that's it for this book. And then simultaneously, I started this other one. I bought this one from Pemprika at Anime Expo. She designed the book with her breakfast friends. The reason I started this one was because I loved that it did not bleed on the other side. So that was the whole reason I got this one. So I love the Midori, but I feel like I can only use certain pens in here versus this one. I can get a little bit more crazy with my marker choices. This first one I'm using, I believe it's Olo. It's the brush that we got at AX. This one is Ohuhu, which is, they sponsored me to make a video, and at first it was like, haha, I'm just making this video for the sponsorship, but then I actually started getting addicted to using markers, and you can kind of see I'm like testing out how to use it. I'm not really a marker person. Like prior to these pages, you see most of my sketchbooks is just like the Tombow brush and like other pens. I'm still mixing pen in with the markers. I feel like these pages are pretty safe, pretty usual to what I would do, nothing too crazy. More more cactus. And then back to rough sketches. This is actually the Ohuhu skinny marker. So I'm concepting some hats I want to do, more chibi concepts. Trying to really nail down how I draw chibi. And then this is more Ohuhu markers. I'm still playing around with them, not quite sure how I want to yet. This one I'm mixing colored pencil. I don't think it was like a very specific brand, like maybe Crayola, like really simple colored pencils with the Ohuhu markers. All right, I would say this is the pivotal moment for me in understanding how markers work. So prior to this, it was very much like, all right, I know my ballpoint pens and I know I can color in and like I can kind of scribble on the page, but I'm still coloring very safely within the lines. And then I think when I get here, something just snaps in my head and I'm like, wait, what if I just used it like I was painting? So that's what I started to do. I covered this one because I was showing Foam what I discovered, and then I covered it with sticky notes and tried it on this to do grapes. From here, I'm pretty much just painting now. Like the markers have become my paintbrushes, and I'm concepting here and there, but I've been mostly focused on marker drawings at this point. And the sponsorship ends up being something really fun, and now to this day I'm still using a lot of markers in my work. So let's see, this was all on the same day. If I didn't date it, it's probably because it's all from the same day. So yeah, August 1st, I did all of this. I did this page, this. Yeah, this is all August 1st. All of these spreads. Tom did this one, and then I did this one. And I was just showing him the brush strokes and how I play with the marker, and so he started trying it out. This was a new day, so the second day of August, and I started studying more shoes, which I felt like for the longest time, why didn't I just study shoes? Because they're actually really fun to draw. And these sticky notes are really nice because if you mess up, you can just cover up your mess ups, and it still kind of looks cool, like very scrapbooky. I think, yeah, I wasn't happy with this face, so I just started drawing on top of it. And we were watching Krebby, and so I tried to draw her. I still feel like I don't have animals down for the marker painting. Like I felt good about the fruit and vegetables. This one, I was taking a break from the markers and just using more of the Ohuhu pen. Yeah, wasn't happy with that face, so I put the shoe on top. I would say this page is pretty standard, like nothing new that I was trying out. And then back to the markers. So this was the next day. I made this spread. These were some live studies from our living room. And then this was a reference of a mountain area. This was the same day, playing more with how I can paint with marker. I ended up really loving the broad side, because I usually use the thinner side, so you can see the difference really here. The thinner side has a little bit more rounder marks, and then the broad side is much more sharp, and also you can make these straight lines. Did these two, and then I ended up going back with the Ohuhu pen to cover in all of the empty spaces. Did this one. He's really proud of it. Looks very painterly. And then I was inspired by his Doraemon, so I made my little shippy. I think I was still playing around with how to do animals, and then fill the spaces per usual. Here is some that Fum did, and then I filled out the empty spaces again with more shoe studies. This one, a friend came over, so she doodled this, and then I just covered the rest of the pages with some more studies, and then just like random black and white drawings. So here I start to utilize more of the entire spread rather than just a single page. And these were actually not the Ohuhu markers. They are a different brand, which I will link. At first, I really hated the markers because the colors, they didn't match the markers. They were also, I don't know, I guess like they didn't blend well, but now that I have a little bit more experience with markers, I tried to give them a second chance. And also this paper is really nice. Like you'll notice that it kind of feels like it absorbs water a lot better, and you can actually mix the colors. So I tried out the brand again, and what I do like is that they have another side that is very thin. Like the thinnest for the Ohuhu looks something like this. Not that thin. But then this other side does have a thin side. So I was trying that out. And then again, just filling out the empty spaces with more little drawings. These ones Fum did, self-portraits. He like drew himself in the shadow. I was like, you're so dark in these. some studies I did, I wasn't too happy about these ones. I don't know, they still feel safe. Like, it still feels like I'm just doing line art and then coloring it in. But I am in my scribble era, so that's what I like about the markers, is that I can just kind of scribble all over. Here's a study of calcifer, and then going back to the Ohuhu pen again. I was playing around with the thin and thicker markers. This one is thin. I think it's like, I don't know, 0.5. Going back to the markers again. I don't know, I just can't escape. The black and white just looks too nice. This one looks thinner. Maybe like 0.02 or something. These were okay. Like, after doing the black and white markers, going back to color, I felt kind of rusty here. So I'm like not super proud of these, but these ones were very experimental. So this one, it's like not my usual coloring style, but I was just trying out the scribble. And then this one, I was actually inspired by Lee. She's a YouTuber. She also posts on Instagram, but her process is very interesting because she just goes straight into the canvas with like no plan. So I did something similar where I actually just started out with like this yellow background and then just kept adding more and more green on top, like some reds, and then ended up lining it with the thin side of the marker, and it came out like this, which I was really surprised. Trust the process. Going back to the black marker, there's something satisfying about just coloring an entire area with black. Going back to marker, and we got a little Ma appearance. This one is, you got the black and white side over here. I'm experimenting more with Shibby and his little friend Bippy, this little dumb guy. And then I'm trying to apply the marker again, but with Shiba Inus this time, since mostly I've been doing a lot of plants. I feel like plants are very organic, and fish as well. Oh my god, I completely missed this page. Yeah, I just feel like with fish, I can just kind of dab in multiple areas and play around with the scales. And I really like how I covered the whole page with this red. It's my favorite color. But yeah, I'm playing a bit more with how I can do it with fur. So you can see this paper is very nice for the colors to bleed like this. That's why it feels very watercolory. Then I tried it here with different colors. I'm still not quite sure if I like the texture, but I like the drawing. It's very like, it's giving perfect Shiba Inu proportions. Very baby, very round. Apples are really interesting because they have like these patterns. So I was trying out more scribbling here. And then for this one, I actually started with the green. So I just scribbled like a bunch of blobs. And then I went back with the black Ohuhu marker to fill in and make up the shapes and lines. Here's another tulip full spread. Can you tell what is my favorite type of flower? Here's some more. We got some backgrounds too. I think backgrounds are really fun to draw. They're so abstract. I'll just go in and do blobs at first, and then I'll go back in and do the line art. So it's like very reverse of what I normally do, which is line art then color first. That's what usually people do. This one, the border was really fun to do. I'm not sure about the inside part. I actually use colored pencils. These are Prisma colors, but the black and white is pretty solid. Here is some landscape drawings. I actually drew these in the dark, so I wasn't sure how they would look in the daytime, but it looks pretty normal, presentable. Here is some more experimentation with colors. I'm not like someone who's very well versed in using dark colors, but this is me experimenting with some darker colors. Fish are really easy, I feel like, to just mix a bunch of colors because of their scales and stuff, but I still have trouble drawing Shiba Inus, which is what I usually draw. So yeah, that is the end of my sketchbook tours. I started this one back in almost the second week of July, and it's been a month almost, basically. So I'm like almost halfway through this, which is a lot of progress compared to how I used to never use a sketchbook. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I'm gonna keep playing with markers and just see where I go. I would also say the biggest turning point in using my sketchbook as a digital artist is that everything in here is just for fun. There are snippets where I'm planning products. Yeah, like this spread is planning products and something that I'll actually design. But for the most part, the book is very loose. It's like nothing is planned. I'm just drawing whatever comes to mind. I'm drawing in my free time, drawing while I'm watching a movie. And I think having new materials too, so like playing around with the hoo-hoo markers or playing around with that other brand, playing around with the Tombow brush, like just having different materials to try is also something that is really fun to do because I'm just constantly experimenting. So I think if you're in an art block or if you're just trying to find a reason to draw in a sketchbook, I will say when I first started this was really hard. I just didn't know what to draw. I didn't know if I could fill the books, but now that I've been doing it, it's become a habit where I just will do 2 to 3 spreads in one day, one sitting. So just keep going, trust the process, and try new materials, draw whatever comes to mind, don't make it perfect. I think someone would argue that these spreads are pretty perfect, but it's mostly because I like to fill the entire page, but for the most part there is no planning. It's just drawing literally whatever I see in front of me. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to do a draw with me, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay, bye.